There's this incredible invisible force that's shaping almost every single moment of your life. It's what keeps you from slipping on the sidewalk, it's what stops your car, and honestly, without it, our entire world would just be an uncontrollable, chaotic slide. Today, we are going to get a grip on that force. I mean, seriously, just think about your morning. The simple act of walking across the floor, the feel of your coffee mug staying put in your hand, even watching a spoon slow down after you stir your drink. What's the one thing behind all of that? Because without it, none of those simple things would be possible. And that force is friction. You can kind of think of it as the universe's own brake pedal, always there, ready to kick in. At its core, it's a really simple but powerful idea. It's just this resistance that pops up whenever two surfaces try to slide past each other. Okay, so let's start with the friction we all know and feel every single day, the kind that happens between two solid objects. This, right here, is the force that lets us literally get a grip on the world around us. Just imagine, for a second, a hockey puck on absolutely perfect ice. I mean, it would just glide forever. That's a world with no friction, just pure, unending motion. But here, in our world, friction is like this constant, invisible hand that brings everything to a gentle stop. It's what creates the order and predictability that we totally rely on. Right, so friction slows things down. We get that. But have you ever wondered where all that energy of motion actually goes? It doesn't just disappear. Nope. It gets converted into something we have all definitely felt: heat. So here's what's happening on a crazy small microscopic level. As two surfaces rub together, all their little tiny imperfections snag on each other. This causes the atoms to vibrate like crazy. And that vibration, well, that's exactly what heat is. So next time you rub your hands together to get warm, you're literally creating heat by exciting the atoms on your skin. Pretty cool, right? But friction isn't just about solids rubbing against each other. What happens when you're moving through something that flows, like air or water? Yeah, you guessed it, friction is still there. It just goes by a different name. When we're talking about fluids, and that means both liquids and gases, we call this friction drag. It's a different name for sure, but the idea behind it is exactly the same. It's a force that pushes back against anything trying to move through it. And you absolutely know this feeling. Have you ever tried to run in a swimming pool? It feels like you're moving through invisible molasses or something. That heavy resistance you're fighting against, that is pure drag. It's the friction of billions and billions of water molecules all pushing back on you. And the exact same thing happens in the air. We just usually call it air resistance. It's that invisible wall a cyclist has to power through, and more importantly, it's the life-saving brake that lets a parachute turn what would be a terrifying fall into a nice, gentle descent. So, okay, we've got friction on land and we've got drag in the air and in the sea. But why does any of this really matter? Well, because friction gives us this fascinating paradox. It's both our greatest ally and, at the same time, a constant opponent. Just think about it for a minute. So much of engineering is basically just a battle with friction. On one hand, we design super grippy tires and powerful brakes to maximize it, but then, in the very next moment, we're pouring oil into an engine to minimize it, trying to fight the wear and tear and wasted energy it causes. It's both the solution and the problem. And this quote just captures it perfectly. We can't really live with friction easily. It wears things out, it costs us energy, but we absolutely 100% cannot live without it. It truly is the necessary inconvenience that makes our world work the way it does. So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. If friction were to just vanish from the universe right this second, what do you think you'd notice first? The sudden eerie silence as all vibrations just stop? Or the fact that you can't even stand still anymore? It's a fundamental force we take for granted every day, but it's the invisible grip holding our entire reality together.